Let me tell you about the song we're going to sing. It's number 1 on your lyric sheet. It's called Come Out Ye Cowards Ice.
Yeah!
This is based on an Irish fight song, Come Out Ye Black and Tans. The Black and Tans were a paramilitary group from 100 years ago, organized by the British Empire to inflict death, injury, and humiliation upon the Irish population that was brutally occupied by the British Empire, and in many ways still is. We bring this song into the present to highlight the ways in which ICE functions as that same kind of paramilitary force that metes out repression against the people. This is Come Out Ye Cowards ICE. I live here on a Powderhorn Street, where ICE agents walk the beat, with a signing bonus $50,000. When we saw those vicious goons steal our neighbors from their rooms, we went out into the streets and yelled and hollered. Come out, ye cowards, ICE! Peel away your grim disguise. Tell your wife how you take orders from the fascists, and how the city you betray made you run like hell away from the white and snowy streets of Minneapolis. Won't you tell her how you stood in the way of Renee Good, how she tried to leave but you were too afraid of her, how she did just what you said, so you shot her in the head for the crime of standing up for her own neighbors. Come out, ye cowards, ICE! Come out, ye cowards, ICE! Peel away your grim disguise. Tell your wife how you take orders from the fascists, and how the city you betray made you run like hell away from the white and snowy streets of Minneapolis. I bet you felt so big and strong when Nurse Pretty came along, and he tried to shield a woman you were beating. 6 agents held him down, and you shot him on the ground and stood around to watch him as he lay there bleeding. Come out, ye cowards, ICE! Peel away your grim disguise. Tell your wife how you take orders from the fascists, and how the city you betray made you run like hell away from the white and snowy streets of Minneapolis. Come, let us hear you tell how you serve the country well, gassing children in their schools and cars and houses, and how the nation's great distress can be solved by DHS if you repress the rage your cruelty arouses. Come out, ye cowards, ICE! Peel away your grim disguise. Tell your wife how you take orders from the fascists, and how the city you betray made you run like hell away from the white and snowy streets of Minneapolis. Come out, ye cowards, ICE! Peel away your grim disguise. Tell your wife how you take orders from the fascists, and how the city you betray made you run like hell away from the white and snowy streets of Minneapolis. All right, skip up to number 3. Turn your page over. Knock on the door. This song is written by Phil Ochs in the 1960s. The knock on the door is the sound of a desperate empire. Friends, just as the British used the black and tans to repress the Irish population, just as this government uses ICE to repress our population, the knock on the door is the sound of an empire in crisis. An empire that cannot rule because it has nothing to offer to the people. It cannot rule except through brute force of violence. That's because this government, this whole regime that runs our country, Republicans and Democrats, fails to provide the basics, fails to provide health care, fails to provide adequate housing, fails to provide adequate education. That's why this system we live under is applying this kind of violence. We must resist, my friends. Knock on the door. In many a time, in many a land, with many a gun, in many a hand, they came by the night, they came by the day, came with their guns to take us away. With a knock on the door, knock on the door. Here they come to take one more. With a knock on the door, knock on the door. Here they come to take one more. One more. Back in the days of the Roman Empire, they died by the cross and they died by the fire. In the stone Colosseum, the crowd gave a roar, and it all began with a knock on the door. Just a knock on the door, knock on the door. Here they come to take one more. Look up, knock on the door, look at each other. With a knock on the door, knock on the door. Here they come to take one more. One more. The years went by and we reached modern times. The Nazis came with their Nazi war crimes. In the din of silence where freedom had drowned, 11 million people heard the same sound of a knock on the door. Knock on the door. Here they come to take one more. With a knock on the door, knock on the door. Here they come to take one more. One more. Now there's many new words and many new names. Uniforms have changed, but the knock is the same. The agents of ICE broadcast their raids. They're trying to make the people afraid of a knock on the door. Knock on the door. Here they come to take one more. With a knock on the door, knock on the door. Here they come to take one more with a knock on the door. Knock on the door. Here they come to take one more with a knock on the door. Knock on the door. Here they come to take one more.